See BellTire.com for details.
All right, good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning, November 9th, 2025. Woo! We are... Let me turn that down a little more. A little scrubby. Okay. We're going to add a little more context to this video. This was on 1/6/2022 in the little city of Tecumseh, Michigan, 49286 in southern Michigan, Lenawee County. Town about maybe 8,600 in population. I don't know, it might be less than that now. I don't know where it's at on the latest census. But earlier in the morning, Sergeant Wright and Officer Wolf came to my residence, my house, at about 9:15. I think it was 9:15, to present me with a no trespass order, written no trespass order for my ex-wife's apartment complex. Because the previous day I was trying to retrieve a license plate that had been renewed for 3.5 years in my name, and I didn't want that to continue. And needless to say, the local authorities were no help. So they brought on them this morning. I was dealing with internet issues. DNP had been out at least twice that morning because I had switched from Comcast to DNP fiber optic, and to get on the high-speed interweb, and so I was dealing with that, and then also I was dealing with they had updated the gas supply lines in my neighborhood earlier in the summer, and I guess they put like a safety valve or regulator in the line or something. And then when the cold weather came, everything seemed to be fine. You know, my water heater was working fine. But when the colder weather came, there was not enough pressure in the gas line to operate more than one appliance. So when my furnace would kick on, my water heater wouldn't get supplied gas, or vice versa, whatever was running at the time, the other one. So all of a sudden I'm getting cold water. So I was on the phone with Blissfield Heating and Plumbing, Cooling, whatever they're called over there, and trying to schedule that to happen, which I think they ended up coming on this is on the 6th. I think they ended up coming on the 10th to do that work. New water heater, new furnace in the house. And then after the fact, because then even after they did all that, I was still having issues. Come to find out, the contractor for Consumers Energy, when they put in that valve, never tested the pressure in the line. That was a whole fiasco. Consumers Energy came out and put in a new meter. They checked in my appliances because I had a gas stove, natural gas furnace, natural gas water heater. And come to find out, it was this valve that was down in the ground. They had to dig it all back up, put a new one in, and after that, everything worked fine. But that was after I paid for a water heater and a new furnace that really I didn't need to get, but that's another story. So anyways, This is at 12:18. I'm on the phone with Blissfield Heating and Plumbing, Cooling, whatever.
My water heater's been giving me problems again. And then
My dog starts going crazy.
Okay, yeah, I'll call back after the meeting. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Can I help you? Yeah, you can talk to me right now.
So right there, there's First Sergeant. I'm not sure if he was First Sergeant yet or not. It was around this time when he got. No, he didn't get promoted till First Sergeant till 2023. So he was just Sergeant Jeffrey Lee Wright at this point. He on the stand in Lenawee 2A District Court made a part of his testimony was that he wouldn't even open the door. I had to talk to him through the service door and the screen door, because he had been over earlier in the summer when I called about a invasion of privacy, and I was hoping to not deal with the Tecumseh police, but deal with the county sheriff department over the issue. Because when you live in a small town, and most people know this by now, there's favoritism to certain individuals in the town, regardless of what they do, how they act, what kind of laws and everything. They get a pass, right? So I wanted to report this to the county, not just the city of Tecumseh. Well, regardless, Tecumseh came over. He's on my porch asking what he can help me with. I'm telling him he can't help me with anything. And my dog's barking at him, and he puts his hand on his service weapon. So at this point, when they came, I didn't want to even open the door. Didn't want my dog was already making noises, and I didn't want anything to happen to my fur buddy. Love you, buddy. Here, let me turn down that music. Let me go back to that. Where's the volume on that? Bye-bye. So he just said, you seem to be following your ex-wife. No. See, and he tells me I am, but I wasn't. I don't even know what he was talking about here. And as he's walking up to my house, he tells Officer Wolf, I'm going to explain to him that there's been 2 unconsented contacts. And if there's a third, we're going to seek charges, is what this man says. Now, listen, he doesn't even tell me. He just says I'm following my wife. No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to answer any of your questions, officer. Now without an attorney present.
And that's what any good attorney will tell you. Don't talk to the police. Don't answer any of their questions without an attorney present. Plead the fifth. But a cop like this doesn't respect that. He'll say you're being difficult. You're not complying. Small town, USA.
stalking her, and I'm going to seek charges for that.
So in court, he says, all I did was talk over him. I didn't let him get a word in edgewise. He wasn't even able to tell me, clearly that he had all the time in the world there to say, you were just up at Brooks's office. You can't, but he didn't. He didn't say any of that. So I didn't even know about the alleged thing at Brooks's office until after I think it's when they filed charges, which was on my way to court for the other situation with a local crazy neighbor lady who's friends with Mr. Brooks, friends with the police. So be careful in a small town, y'all.
Okay? I have one too.
I know you do. Our first meeting, when I did a FOIA request, my first...
So I did raise my voice because I wanted to make this point. My first FOIA request I did to get probably body cam or a police report. I'm not sure which one it was. He wouldn't give me, I said, can I get that stamped and signed? And he said, no. He's like, your receipt's right here on my body cam. So I'd have to do another FOIA request to get the receipt for this FOIA request. That's how this guy thinks. And now he's chief of police of this little town, city. They like him because he'll do whatever he's told to do.
You said my receipt was on your body cam, sir.
I even said, sir. I even followed that up with sir.
You can read.
And he asked me if I have any questions. I didn't have any questions because I wasn't following my wife. I wasn't at Mr. Brooks' office that day. I was at home dealing with internet and furnace issues. I've shown video evidence, both of my own and his body cam, that there's no tracks in the snow in front of my truck, which there would be if I went somewhere that morning or day during that time frame. And then there's still snow on my tonneau cover. There's snow on the side rail of my truck. This man lied, and I feel as though he should be held accountable. Now, and this is what they bet on. They bet on the fact that most people, you're only maybe resolve for justice is to file a federal civil lawsuit. I didn't do that in this case. I have another case that I may be doing that because until the government and law enforcement, whether it be at the local, state, or federal level, is held accountable, they're going to continue. Liberty and justice for all is kind of a myth. It's kind of a fallacy. And raising your right hand and swearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, doesn't mean anything to this guy. He took an oath in the military more than once as a sworn officer. He was a police officer, I guess, in Raisin Township, and then now in the city of Tecumseh. Now he's the chief of police. So if the chief of the police is willing to violate people's rights, dishonor their oath, be a traitor to the Constitution, what do you think the guys below him? There were men and women that worked under him. Follow the leader. Simon says.
Off my property.
And then I just say, get off my property.
Get off my property. Leave now, or you'll be trespassing.
See, he thinks that's funny. He thinks that's funny. Like, he has the authority, no matter what, to come on somebody's property. See? He's laughing. He's laughing. This is so funny. This is so funny. I can do whatever I want. I'm Jeff Wright in little ass Tecumseh, Michigan. And they give me authority to do whatever I want. I don't think they do. I don't think you have that authority, Mr. Wright. And I think you're a nervous coward. Without your buddies. So, that's how it ended. Well, no, that's not how it ended. They go out to their car and then he sat in front of my house for another 20, 25 minutes to harass and irritate me. I went out once with my body cam and, called him a tyrant and a bully. That's what he said. I was being demeaning towards law enforcement. He is a tyrant and a bully. It's exactly what he is. He was probably a bully in school. He probably was. When he was a kid, he was probably a bully. And bullies when they're young become bullies when they get some authority and some power. That's what the world is, at least in America. So, all right. So I just wanted to add a little more context to this. And their favorite thing to do is to disparage your character. They get this from Mr. Brooks. Character assassination. Call you crazy. You're insane for standing up to us. Oh my gosh. This guy's, I think you people are weird and insane. I think you're robots. Forget about Elon Musk and what's coming, the AI generation. These are robots right here in human form. Who ordered the code red? Who ordered the code red? Sergeant Wright? He kind of looks like, what is it from Waterboy or no? Scary Movie. What's the guy in Scary? I don't know. I can't think right now. All right. So there's some context for that one. And I gotta run to the store and get some coffee. I'm out of coffee. Have a good day, everybody. Fight the power. Stand up for your rights. Be true to yourself and you will never fall. Peace out, baby.